Hello and welcome to another segment of Ask Elle, where I feature your questions about nurse and healthcare consulting to really help bring clarity to what it takes to launch and operate and scale a healthcare consulting business. So this week's question comes from Margaret inside of our Nurse Consultant Masterminds community on Facebook. And Margaret writes, can LPNs be nurse consultants? Well, thank you, Margaret, for taking the time to submit a question. And I get this particular question quite often. So I'm excited to share a little bit of information with any nurse who's interested in transitioning into the consulting industry. So right off the bat, if you're interested in starting a nurse consulting or a healthcare consulting business, you don't have to have any particular credentials behind your name. What you need is the expertise or the knowledge base to solve a problem that your client is challenged with, that they can't solve on their own, okay? So it doesn't matter if you are an RN, an LPN, LVN, that doesn't matter. You'll find the more that you expand your network and start to associate with other healthcare consultants that we come from many different backgrounds as far as clinical backgrounds. So you'll meet consultants that are physicians, that are pharmacists, that are RTs. And so that list continues to grow as healthcare professionals are introduced to the consulting industry. Now, Margaret, the flip side of that question is, if you want to be hired as a nurse consultant. Now, if you want to be hired by a particular firm to work as a nurse consultant, they may have, different guidelines. So you may have to have different credentials. You may have to have particular degrees to apply for a nurse consulting position. And nurse consulting positions do exist. But again, if your question is regards to, can I start my own business and what credentials do I have to start a business as a nurse consultant, then there are no credentials. It's about the results that you can produce for the clients that have problems that you have the expertise to address as a nurse consultant. So Margaret, I hope that answers your question and you have more clarity about the nurse and the healthcare consulting industry. If any of you have any questions that you would like to have featured on this particular segment, Ask Elle, then feel free to, if you're watching on YouTube, submit your questions below. Just put hashtag AskElle. And also, if you would like to be a member of our Nurse Consultant Masterminds group on Facebook, you can also submit your question there. I hope you all have a prosperous week. I will see you next time.
Did you find that video informative? Well, I've created some amazing resources for healthcare professionals just like you who know your worth and you're ready to be compensated for your expertise. So head over to thenurseconsultantnetwork.com and learn about the many resources to start your consulting practice inside of the Healthcare Consultant Academy. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.